What is up, everybody? I'm ELB Sniper and welcome back to yet another video. This is the long awaited PC build video and let's hop right into it. But right before we get started, I just want to apologize for the sunbeams right here. I'm actually recording in my kitchen and there's a window behind the camera. So we are just going to go ahead and get right into it. So first off, let's talk about all the parts. So for the SSD, I just went for some random brand on Amazon. It's Clev. I'm sure some of you have heard of it. I got 1 terabyte of the SSD and I'm pretty excited about it because it's supposed to be a faster SSD. Got that. For the RAM, I got Ripjaw. I've heard of that brand. I've never used it before. I've only had one PC, so this is going to be my second build. But for the RAM, I got Ripjaw. I got 32 gigabytes of DDR5, and I did get white because I'm trying to go for an all-white PC build here, and it is also RGB. For the CPU, I got a Ryzen 5 7600X and I am super excited about this one because it is way faster than my other CPU. And so yeah, with the motherboard, I actually just went for an MSI motherboard. It is AM5. I did remember to get that right instead of AM4. And actually my buddy helped me pick out all the parts. I will link his channel in the description below. Next of a PSU, I went for a little higher wattage because I just wanted to have that extra wiggle room. So I did go with the 850 watts. It is fully modular. Yeah, it's just your basic PSU. It's a Thermaltake PSU. You know me, I'm a white kind of guy. I had to go with the white cable extensions for the GPU, CPU, and motherboard. And then I just picked up some thermal compound off of Amazon. It was really cheap and I just got the cheapest one I could find. And then for the CPU cooler, I got the ID Cooling FrostFlow. I really like this one. It is just an AIO and I absolutely love it. And then for the case, we got I forget the brand, but it's just your average mid build. It's a micro ATX. It comes with 6 RGB white fans. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about this build. Let's hop right into it.
Okay, so I just switched over to my studio mic, which is the Rode Pod mic, and so yeah, let's hop right into it. So I put the CPU in and I bent some pins, but I had to bend them back and I did not get that on recording. So we're starting off with already the CPU in. So I'm gonna go ahead and click the Ripjaw RAM into there. This was a pretty scary part because I have heard of people like bending the RAM and just breaking the slots and stuff. This whole building process was nerve-wracking. This is also future me because I am doing this on my PC and holy crap, it looks amazing and I can't wait to show you guys the finished product. But I made sure to put the RAM in the 2 and 4 spot because they are the fastest spot, I am pretty sure. Well, that's what I've just heard from other people. And I've heard other people say not to put it in any other spot if you have 2 sticks of RAM and your motherboard has 4 slots. I've heard put it in 2 and 4. So now I'm gonna click the other RAM stick in there. So yeah, also this RAM in the end looked amazing. It's super low profile and has a beautiful RGB strip across the top. I think the most nerve-wracking part about building this is probably the CPU when I bent the pins. So how I bent the pins is I put the CPU in and I didn't know if I did it right, so I took it out, and on my way to take it out, I dropped the corner of the CPU onto the pins, and it was just terrible. So now I'm gonna put the SSD in. This part was pretty difficult because I could not find the screw that secured the SSD in the spot, which was very frustrating, but eventually I found it. And also I put the heatsink on the SSD upside down. I don't know what I was thinking. I wish I could have the noises of all the peeling off of stickers and stuff because it was so satisfying. So the next step to building the PC, once you have the CPU, RAM, and SSD in, is the CPU cooler. A lot of people do the GPU, but I did not have mine in the mail yet, so I went for the CPU cooler next. But first I had to put on the thermal paste. So now it is time to take off the brackets for the CPU cooler, and this part wasn't hard at all. I just got a Phillips head screwdriver and took off the screws, and then I could pop off the brackets. So now it is time for the beautiful AIO. This AIO was actually really cheap. It was only like $50 when I bought it, and it is just beautiful. The only downside to this AIO is it can only be white RGB. It can't be any color RGB, but it ended up working perfect for my build. Here I am unboxing this thing. It just looks so incredibly clean. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I was going for an all-white build, but as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, white motherboards are not easy to come across to when you're going for more of a cheaper budget of a build. I mean, I wasn't about to spend $5,000 on a build. I think this build was around $1,200 including tax, but which isn't too bad for the specs that I got. And I love this build. This build is a very clean and just practical build. Before I recorded this, I actually looked at the AIO, and I did that with all the parts. I got them out and looked at them, so I did know how in the moment to put them all together. Because I already read the manuals and looked at everything. So I would definitely recommend putting the radiator and fans for an AIO on the top if you can, or on the front of the case for intake, but I definitely recommend top. And then you can set those to exhaust. So there I was just finding all the screws for the radiator and AIO. And this build, I just can't explain how incredibly good it is. I just love it. And the white extension cables ended up looking really good. So unfortunately my camera ran out of storage, so I couldn't record the whole building process, but if I did, it probably would have taken hours and hours because I kept running into problems with different things. And so I'm just going to cut and show you guys some of the finished product. And so here's some of the footage. thanks so much for watching to the end, guys. I truly enjoyed making this video. It took a lot of time, but I got it done. And if you watch to the end, you are an absolute W. Spam in the comments W and put your favorite emoji in the comments if you don't know what else to put in the comments. Subscribe and like, and I'll see you all in the next one. ELB Sniper out.